Hello everyone and welcome to Pixel Stabbers. My name is David, I got Ken here, I got Jeremy. They got medium formats experience. I don't know anything about medium format, let alone a 102 megapixel medium format like the GFX100S, which is the buzzword right now. And Ken has his hand on the pre-production model, right? Ken,
Dun,
want
dun,
to talk a little bit more about that?
Ah, here it is.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Doesn't that looks kind of like a XX1-ish?
Yeah, to me, it's kind of like a huge size of the XX1, but with one button less.
It's not that big compared to, well, slightly bigger, but not that big.
If you compare with the smaller size of the medium format, 50R,
See, it's around the
Yes.
same size of the $50. That's my favorite camera.
Yeah, because
Used to,
medium
that's
but-
a little bit smaller.
and both of these are medium format camera, but the HX1 that you just mentioned, Jeremy, that's a
Crop sensor.
crop sensor. So this
But
medium
I'm
format
talking
is
about
the
the body
same.
design.
Okay. Body design, not body size.
Yeah, body design.
Body design is kind of like the X1.
But if you
Ah.
compare that with the GFX100, you do have a GFX100 with you, right?
Here,
Oh yeah, look at
Holy
that.
smokes!
That's half the size.
See, that's what I was thinking when I was thinking medium format. That's the size of a medium format, 100 megapixel, right?
Yeah, they crammed it into that little thing.
Wow.
yes,
102.
it is.
You could do a lot with it.
So that small GFX 100S pretty much has the exact same sensor as the big 100 camera.
Is that right,
GFX
Ken?
100.
Same sensor as GFX100.
Yeah, it's using the same 102 megapixel sensor like the GFX100
Wow.
in its tiny little body.
Yeah, I love that because as a retoucher, who doesn't want more pixels, right?
Ah,
You can't go
And not to
wrong
mention,
with
I
more
really love the
megapixel.
handle because when I was playing with the 50R, one of the thing that I had to complain is the handle. I can't really grip it because it's kind of heavy and big, especially when you put a bigger lens on it. With that handle, you could actually grip the camera much better. See that?
yep.
So, Jeremy, what do you like about the handle?
Well, you see how for the GFX100 it have both. The handle is pretty good because it's heavy. You need some kind of handle to hold it. While if you could show the 50R,
Yeah, 50R. Here
see
it
the
is.
handle of the 50R is pretty tiny.
It's tiny
So, I
for a
mean-
big camera.
Yeah. So it's hard to grip. But the GFX100S, the new camera handle, is just right.
Oh, I see the point there. Right, it's a smaller camera, but it has a big handle so that you feel comfortable holding it, right?
I mean,
Because-
just by looking at camera, it's fine. But if you put any of the GF lens on it, it's kind of bigger and heavy. So you need a better handle and to balance it out.
It is. It's kind of like a 50S with the bigger grip, but they have a huge monitor at the back. So this one is tiny smaller. Yeah, finger.
Okay. And this one also have IBIS in it, right?
Correct.
It's the same system as GFX100, I believe.
I believe so, as this is the pre-production model, so everything is not yet finalized. But I would say pretty much the finalized version.
Okay.
Like the design outlook, I think the spec is kind of like finalized. Just only the firmware different, maybe.
Sweet! So this new GFX 100S is smaller than the GFX 100, but it still has the same 102 megapixel. That's pretty awesome. It's a super megapixel camera. It's small, but it still has a good grip, so you have a good handle on it, and of course it has IBIS. So I'm liking this design. It's pretty sweet. So now I'm curious because I actually never shot medium format, but I've been told medium format lenses are quite big. And medium format cameras are typically big too, so they match well with the lens. Now this is a much smaller medium format camera. How does it handle a medium format lens attached to it?
So I'm going to take two examples from the GF lens. One is the 50mm pancake lens, and the other one is the portrait lens 110. I'm going to put it on the GFX 100S and see how it's going to be like. So this one is the pancake lens.
Can you really call that a pancake lens?
Yeah, it is on the GF. This is the pancake lens. Actually, yeah, the 50mm 3.5.
That's a very thick pancake. Okay.
Well, on the GFX series, there's already a pancake. Yeah.
True.
So most people love using this lens with the 50R because it's small and tiny. But on the GFX100S, it's also just pretty much the same size. So we can just carry it around with the light weight, and you can shoot it like a street photography without any heavy duties.
Yeah, it
Right.
looks pretty balanced, right?
It does look balanced.
Yeah,
And in fact, I
it is
remember
with the grip.
Right, because of the grip. Because I remember a lot of people say the 50S plus that lens is great for going around doing casual street photography with a high megapixel camera. But like Jeremy said, the complaint is the grip sucked on the 50S, right? Or it wasn't suited well
Yeah,
for that camera.
Well, there's always third-party grips that you could get attached onto it, but then if it's built in, it's probably merrier.
So if you're going to do the portraits or with like a bigger lens, this is also doing a good job. For example, you put it on a 110.
That's my favorite lens.
Ooh.
That's my favorite lens too. Yeah.
It actually looks very well fitted. It doesn't look oversized. I mean, my Canon camera with the 7200 looks oversized. It looks well matched. It's
Yeah,
a
it
good
still
size.
like a perfect match.
Yeah, I think it's
got
well
a
balanced.
quite good balance as well.
Yeah, I think this demonstration really helps me, Ken. Like I said, I was always aware that medium format lenses are very big, and when you said the GFX 100S was smaller, I was afraid it wouldn't balance well, but it looks great.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, and the grip definitely helps, right? Because I can see that the lens is still front heavy, but the grip is beefy right there, so it should balance really well.
Yeah, it is.
So for the EVF on the GFX100, I know that you can detach it, right? But for this new GFX100S, can you still detach the EVF?
Unfortunately not. Not
Oh.
like the GFX50S or GFX100. It's inbuilt together.
Built in. You can't.
But
you
is it the
can't-
same resolutions or is it different?
And I don't have the full details of the EVF revolution, but from my testing in the past 1 month, it's a little bit more details and a little bit brightness.
Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
good. That's good to know.
Well, this compare with the GFX100. I mean,
Okay, how's the LCD? Is it the same thing?
the LCD is pretty much the same revolution, I think, because I don't see much different from my eyes. But
But-
there's some changes of
Oh.
the design.
Okay, what kind of
Yes.
changes?
Well, if any user of or any owner of the GFX100, well, you can remove the UF,
Whoa.
but the 100S you can't. One thing about the LCD design, which is that when you flipping up on the GFX100 here, if you're shooting from the upside, then you'll see the
Oh, yeah.
UVF will
It's kind of
blocking
block
the
half the
LCD.
screens. Yeah.
So if you want to shoot it, you have to remove it like this.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I'm doing the same thing on the GFX100S, well, you can fill it up, and if
Oh,
you
it
see
just
there's
blocked.
blocking, right? But this time they have one
Oh.
more.
That's
Ooh.
nice.
Yes.
So you can't
That's
remove
cool.
the EVF, but you can move the screen up, so that solves the problem.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it
good.
is.
That's good. I like that.
Yes, and this LCD is using the same way, like a free size
Oh yeah, I like that.
screen.
Yep.
Yeah, because if you're using with the, well, GFX100 can do the same thing, but the 50R cannot. It's only going upside down only.
Oh.
Like that's
Mm,
like this only. But you
yeah.
can't view it from the front.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. So the
Yeah.
new GFX 100S has all the new functionality of the 100. It's got the flip out at the different angles. Plus, even though it doesn't have the removable EVF, it has the way that you can move the screen up so that you can see the screen even
Yeah,
though
that
you're
solved
shooting.
that problem.
Yeah, in different
A lot of people
orientation.
complains about
Oh
that.
wow, you can even do like a hybrid
Yeah.
swing.
I don't know
That's
when
pretty
you're gonna
good.
use that, to be
Just to
honest.
show off. To show off.
Well, I'm
But-
not quite sure which situation I'm going to use it like
Like
that.
you're gonna shoot like
Yeah.
like this.
That's pretty cool. So the EVF has a little bit more resolution, maybe a little bit brighter. We don't know the details yet. And the LCD is probably the same LCD as the 100, but it has the different mode that lets you extend the LCD out because the EVF cannot be removed. So it does it's all good. There's nothing I see bad about that. So really good evolution, kaizen of improvement.
Yeah, that's what Fujifilm do.
Totally.
Yeah. Every
Okay.
time they hear the user complain that they're going to do some change on the next model. That's what Fujifilm already listen to the user.
I love that. You're always increasing and improving. You don't go back, no step back. Every time it's better. Kaizen, 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 kaizen.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice. I love how the camera looks. And I know the GFX100 has a bunch of modes, so there's a bunch of buttons and dials, and it's quite complicated, but it has everything you need at your fingertips. Now, how are the modes and dials and buttons on the GFX100S?
Well, the GFX100S will going to have the pretty much same design of the button like 100. There's no
Oh.
D-pad.
No
but
D-pad,
with the
okay.
touchscreen function. Yeah,
So they
not
replace
like
the
the
D-pad with the
GFX50S.
touchscreen. Okay.
indeed. Yeah, and also they've changed a little bit of the up panel. From here, you can see there's no more shutter speed, ISO, but it's turned into a consumer dial like the MASP and also custom menu for 6.
I mean, that's kind of nice to have those, just in case you don't want to be professional. You just want to relax and use like aperture priority or shutter priority whenever you want to. It's nice to have.
Yep.
I mean, I don't use it much anymore. I used to with the S mode and A mode, but now they just go M mode anyway.
Well, there's a reason for it, right?
Actually,
Like if you
Emma-
want to hand this camera to your wife or your spouse or your girlfriend to shoot, right?
Put on P.
Well, sometimes you want a little bit more than that, but okay, fair enough.
And also they have this time they have a new design button for the still and the movie like the XT4 and XS10. You can just
yes.
click on go into the video or just click on go to the still easily and fast.
Does that button
Also
only
for the
affect the
custom-
dials or everything else?
Well, this one is going to be separate menu, which means in the still mode you have 6 custom menu, and you go to the movie mode, you also have 6 custom menu, which means total is 12.
Oh,
That's
I
a
see.
lot.
Wow. Yeah, as a videographer myself and a hybrid shooter, I really appreciate that, the ability to switch between that, which adjusts the mode dial and the menu accordingly. So when I'm in movie mode, I know everything is for the movies. If I'm in photo mode, I know when I'm in photo mode, and all the menus and dials correlate to the photo mode. I like that.
I find that kind of setting is kind of now the mainstream of most of the camera right now because, like you said, hybrid shooter. A camera right now need to do both videos and photo at the same time.
I
Yeah.
just bought the Sony A7C. It does not do that. It is a
Oh.
pain. It is so painful to go between photo and movie mode. I won't get into the details, but I really appreciate what the GFX100S has with that dial. Beautiful. Marvelous.
Yes.
I
This
kind of
is
like
the
that
first
too because
design one.
I have the OXT3 doesn't do that too because on the quick menu behind this little cube, I think when you switch to movie mode and photo mode, it also switched the functionality in there too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and this is the first design on the GFX series with the custom menu. They don't have any neither of the GFX100. They don't have this one.
So that's newly introduced just for
Yes.
the GFX100s. Okay, good. I hope
Yep.
in the future they will bring that to more new camera because that's a really neat features.
They actually did on the X series like the XT200 and the new one XS10. They have this one, but only
Oh,
for
but-
the
But not
still
for the
only.
GFX.
Not for the GFX.
series
This is the first one on the GFX.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, so the menu mode, the mode dials, the menu, and the buttons are just an improvement over the GFX 100. Other than the change of the, the thumb pad to the touchscreen. That's the only thing you lose, but you also get everything plus some new features with the different modes on the mode dial. And the movie/photo switch. I like it. Kaizen indeed.
Oh, so I heard they have a new film simulation for GFX100S. Is that right? Look at those question marks.
This is the brand new one. Well, because this is the prototype firmware, so everything is not finalized. So that's why the question mark is here. But if you go inside the film simulation, you will see the new one.
Is this the new one? Yeah, this is logistics
This is
negative.
Yeah, it is.
Amber tilted highlight and with shadow tone for print photo look. Huh. So there's more oldies. But I noticed that did you see that, David? Can you move around the simulations? You see how they're adding colors and the box of the film onto that?
Sure.
That's really neat.
Yeah, small touches. I like it. I mean, it adds some creativity into the menu. Because normally menus are boring, right? This has a little bit of color.
No, it's not that. For the film photographers, they know about how the box looks like for those films. So, when they look at the color and the patterns,
design,
rather than just look at the name, they actually realize, oh, that's the film that I use.
Oh, no kidding. I remember now, like 15 years ago, film boxes, those are the colors on the boxes.
Because they did that with X-Pro. Is it X-Pro? Did I say that right?
X-Pro 3.
Yeah, X-Pro 3. Yeah, I remember that. In the back,
yeah, remember
right?
the back
You
there?
see the color. Yeah.
So they did it in the menu now. Pretty
nice.
cool, huh?
That is pretty cool.
So,
yeah,
for the simulation, for the film simulation, it has all 14 simulation like before. So with this one add-on, this the 14 plus 1, total 15.
So one new film simulation.
Yes.
What's the new one?
This one.
This is the new one.
You're looking at it.
Do we have a sample of how it looks?
No sample yet.
Okay, no sample. Okay, so that's a surprise. We got a new film simulation. And I just love Fujifilm simulation because we talked about this in previous video with Jeremy. And, you know, as a RAW shooter, sometimes it's nice to shoot JPEG and have it perfect out of camera. Not only perfect, but it has a very unique style, look, and feel to it. And the film simulation filters on Fujifilms, they are some of the best post-processed JPEG I've ever seen. Some of the most beautiful post-processing that I could not even do from RAW. They just have some magic worked into it. They're really amazing. So I'm excited to see the new GFX100S with yet another new film simulation.
Yes.
I believe they have something you would like too, David. They have some new video feature as well.
What? New video feature on a medium format?
The first thing is, this 100S still can filming in a 4K without cropping.
Yes, without cropping, medium format, 4K. So we got 4K, no crop, 30 frames per second in full medium format. Holy smokes.
Yes. And also you can use all the film simulation on it, like the previous model.
Yes.
And one thing is very important for the work use, which is you can back up your video in both edit card slot while you're filming.
That's very
You love that. You love that, right? I know you love that.
That's a lifesaver. I don't know how many times all these amazing cameras come out with dual memory slot. And I'm like, yes, this is the perfect camera. It does this video mode. It has that high-speed video mode. Perfect. Does it have dual memory card? Yes, it does. I'll buy it. Then you go home and you're like, oh, the dual memory card slot only works for photo? Like, what the heck? Well, I can't record my videos in dual memory slots? That just defeats the purpose for me. I love this. And to be honest, this is not the first camera that has this. The XC4 had it too, and I love that. And I love how Fuji brought the XC4 feature to this new GFX100S. Now I can record video and have it right to both memory cards because trust me, memory cards are cheap. But if you spend all the time and production costs to record a video and you get a corrupted memory card, you're screwed. You're so screwed. That's why I love recording to multiple memory cards. So thank you, Fujifilm, for putting that feature in the new GFX100S.
Yes, this is the most important thing for the filmmaker, that they have the both backup while at the same time.
So Ken, I just have one question. I know this is asking way too much, but the dual memory card, you're writing video to both memory cards, right? Do they have to be the same video, or can you have alteration? Like one video have a filter, a film filter on it, or a different frame rate, or a different resolution?
Oh, well, unfortunately, it's the backup, so it's going to be the same that you're recording.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean,
Still
4K,
good.
I mean,
Good.
4K uncropped, medium format at 30 frames per second. I don't
think there's a camera out there can do that yet, right? 4K and crop medium format.
No.
The GFX100 can.
Oh, well, of course.
Well, yeah.
But you're paying a lot more.
So,
Yeah.
okay, that carry on from GFX100s. Perfect. But there's no other brand can. How's that?
Okay, perfect. So Ken, 4K, uncropped, 30 frames per second, that's heaven. I'm gonna use that mode a lot. But sometimes I might like 24 frames per second. In fact, all of my YouTube videos are in 24 frames per second. Can I do 4K, 24 frames per second?
Yeah, in this. So here we have in the video, in the movie mode, we can have the 4K,
Oh,
and then you can go now 30 frames per second,
yes.
25, 24
Nice.
as well.
Yes, for international standards, beautiful. Can I do 60 frames per second, 120, 240? Can I do any of those crazy frame rates?
You're asking for too much. You know that, right?
I know. It's medium format too. I know.
The
This
Full
is
HD,
medium
you go to
format.
60.
Okay, so you can do 60 frames, but this is at full HD.
Only on the Full HD.
Wait,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But this is also full HD, but you're using medium format, so you have the amazing depth of field and the amazing lenses that are capturing this video footage. So that's cool. Very cool.
I believe for the GFX G mount, they have adapter that you can adapt to different lenses, like from Canon to Nikon. So for video wise, for manual focus, it's actually quite diverse.
Is that true, Ken?
Yeah, you can use the adapter with the other lenses, and with your image body stabilizer, you can have a steady handheld video. If you're using like a crop lens on the media format, you will see the black angle. So you may have to
Crop
use
in.
the crop setting for
It-
the
They
vintage
have a built-in
lens.
crop setting, which is
So
probably
there's a
to
built-in
35
crop
millimeters.
sensor. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it will not be full sensors anymore.
Got it.
But it's still doable.
Yeah, you have flexibility, you have options. But for me, I'm super pumped that it has one new film simulator, because all the film simulators are awesome. So we get one new film simulator for the new GFX100S. Plus for movie people, you got the dual memory card slots that you can write to both slots at the same time. Not to mention we can record in 4K 30 frames per second now in full medium format, uncropped. Sweet. Ken, this is amazing. This camera can do so much. My favorite is the 4K 30 frames per second in medium format, uncropped. And with all the other functionality, I'm going to be using this camera a lot. Now, my next concern is, how's the battery life on this thing?
Well, this is the very good question. As people know, that all of the GFX using the same battery, T125. On this one, 100S, they are using the new battery.
The new battery?
The same one with the XT4, W236. Oh, sorry. Same battery is a W235. Yes.
Is that better? I mean, why is the medium format using a camera battery from a crop sensor camera?
Well, this battery is the double battery life from the previous one. Size is pretty much same, but yes, it has a longer battery life like XT4.
Okay, yeah, I remember that because I remember going from the XT3 to the XT4, they improved the battery so much that the size got a little bit bigger, but the capacity doubled. Yeah, so that's the same comparison I remember with the XT3
Well, actually, it's a
to
little bit
XT4.
smaller.
So
Oh,
two
yeah.
of those old ones equal one of those new ones.
Yeah, so not only is the new battery smaller than the old medium format battery, but the capacity is pretty much twice.
Twice.
Wow.
Because of this tiny little battery, that's why they make the GFX100S a little bit smaller than before.
Ah.
I noticed on the bottom of the GFX100S, you don't have the adapter for like a vertical grip.
Well, unfortunately, this one doesn't have any
See?
digital pin which
Oh.
you can plug in the battery grip on it.
Because I know I would love the battery grip because I could put 2 batteries in there and have more battery life when I have a battery grip.
Well, but that one battery cell is lasting for a long time already. So that's
right.
kind of covered that
I
up.
forgot about that. Fair enough. Good trade. Good trade.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're running out of battery or if you plug in your camera on gimbal, you still can use the Type-C port with the power delivery supporting.
Yes.
So it's fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plug in your power bank. There you go.
Yeah. Power bank will work or power delivery. USB-C is awesome. I love that.
Yes.
Very flexible. Yeah, so now the battery uses the XT4 battery, which is a new and improved battery, being a little bit more compact, yet double the capacity. No battery grip option, but who needs that when your single battery already has double the capacity of the old battery? So I want to
Well, I think-
go, yeah,
One of the purpose of that is try to make this camera smaller.
yeah.
So
Yes.
and then keep the performance. So I think they did a wonderful job doing that.
Agreed. You know, that it comes in such a good package. Smaller camera, you don't need the grip, plus the battery life is doubled. Win.
Yep.
Win.
Win-win.
Double win.
So I think I have a question that David forgot to ask. How is the shutter on this camera for the 100S? Is it the same as the GFX100 or is it different?
Well, it's different. And from my point of view, it's kind of like the XH1. It's the shutter is a little bit light. You'll easily wrongly click on the button while you half pressing for the autofocus. So I'm going to show you the difference in between the 100S, 100, and also the 50R. How the shutter sound be like. This is the 100S. Okay. So this is the GFX100. All right.
It's louder. It has
It's
more
loud
like an
and-
echo.
Yeah.
Echoey.
So this one is going to be the 50R.
That's even louder.
Yeah.
So the
So I don't know.
these are
I don't know how
different
good that is,
camera.
but I could just tell it's a different mechanism inside the shutter. But how different it is, we don't know. But sounds definitely sounds different.
Yeah. I mean
Yeah,
the
the
perk is
100S is more silencer.
yes. Yeah, the 100S is more quiet, which is all I care about. It's an improvement above even the GFX100, which is huge, but this one has the same sensor and a more quiet shutter. I like.
But I know for a fact that Ken doesn't like one thing about that, right, Ken?
Yes, indeed. And the shutter feel be like the Fujifilm X-H1.
Is that a bad thing?
If you ever tried
depends.
it, you would know.
To me, I'm not really like it.
Oh, okay. So this is a
Too
bad
soft.
thing.
It's
Okay.
not solid enough.
Okay.
So when you actually push half shutter and try to focus, because the feedback on the button is not as strong, sometimes if you are not used to it, you actually push it, try to half push shutter, you actually took the picture already.
Oh, I can see
But,
that. I can see that being
but
very
one
annoying.
thing is good is they have the AF on button design here.
Uh-huh.
So I
Oh.
can use the AF on to do the focus rather than use the half pressing the shutter. That's
Dude,
good
I don't
enough
know,
for me.
man. I've been using half shutter all my life. I don't know if I could change.
You know, there's two type of camp of people. Like I've been using half shutter all my life too for the last 10 plus years shooting weddings professionally. But I heard from forums and videos and tutorials that a lot of wedding photographers would always use the back AF focus button and they would
I
swear
am.
by it. You see? Because it's so good. And if you're one of those person, this is not a problem.
Yeah.
But there's one good thing for the AF button. If you're going to shoot a sport or any movable object,
Yes.
the AF on button is better than using
Yes,
the half
true.
press button
That's
for the
true.
AF.
Right, because it's continuous. It keeps focusing. And when you're ready,
Yes,
you shoot.
it is.
You shoot. Yeah, like when the bride walks down the aisle and she's running down with the football.
No,
Forgot.
it's nothing like that.
Oh wait, sorry, forgot. I mixed football, sports, and wedding, but whatever. You guys get the point. If something's moving fast, back autofocus button is the key. And if you're using back autofocus, you shouldn't have a problem with this new 100S. If you're using the shutter button for a half push to autofocus and then push all the way for capturing a shot, you might run into a problem because there's not a lot of feedback. It's a little bit too sensitive. So just keep that in mind. It's like the HX1 from Fujifilm. Okay, fair enough. I mean, understood.
All right, let's talk money. How
Money,
much?
money. Fujifilm,
Now,
take my
I
money.
know for GFX
Fuji.
1000 is 9,000, well, $1 less than 10,000. It's easier to say it that way. How much is this one here? It's GFX100S. It's still the same 102 megapixel sensors, half the size. What's the price? Half the price?
The price of the GFX100S is very tempting. It's only under 6,000 US dollar.
So under 6,000.
Under, but I mean, under how much? Like,
Under 6,000 US dollar.
We'll keep
okay,
it as that.
okay,
Is it?
that's good. Cause wait, how much is the GFX50S is like 55?
GFX50S.
How much is?
Yeah, the 50S is $5,500.
Dude, this is double the megapixel. It's like only what? A
It's
500
only
more?
$500 more for double a megapixel.
What?
I mean, this is a huge generation improvement, right? You pay $500
Yes.
more, and you get twice the megapixel. You get the
Wow.
better grip. You get the nicer viewfinder and everything. It's an improvement. Technology improves, and this is a huge improvement over the 50R, in my opinion, over the 50S as well.
Oh yeah,
For
I would
just
get it.
$500 more. Wow.
I know it's so worth it.
Okay,
It's so worth it.
Fujifilm, take my money. When can I have one
Yeah,
of
when
these?
can we have it?
I want one.
After today, the announcement, the release date should be the end of February. So just 1 month after.
Okay. Do you have time to save your money?
Well, I mean, this camera is going to be out in a month. I'm excited about it. Are you guys excited about it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want one, pre-order it. We're not sure about the availability. So if you want one, put that pre-order in, because like camera manufacturers, I don't know, with the current situation with the health pandemic, camera manufacturers always have problems keeping things in stock and manufacturing them at a good high rate. So if you want one, put your order in. Let us know if you're getting one and what's your exciting feature that you're looking forward most on the new GFX 100S. So thank you very much, Ken, for joining our Pixel Stabbers channel and sharing with us the new details about the GFX 100S. I'm so excited. Jeremy, are you excited too? Any last words?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Yep. All right. Put your pre-orders in. Let us know in the comments below. Take care. Stay healthy. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.